Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the first installment of WOOF Wednesdays. This will be the video version of it's just like the University of Washington Athletics equivalent to Circling Sales Sports on Converge Media. So we're doing this in video form. This is the first overall episode, so there are going to be some things that we're going to work out the kinks. I'm obviously not in a normal recording setup, but with that being said, we're going to give this is going to be the pilot. We're going to get it underway. So it's just going to be like Circling Sales Sports on Converge. We're going to go through the different teams that we cover. We cover 9 UW teams here on Circling Sales Sports, and we may look into expanding that. But with that being said, UW football, men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, baseball, softball, volleyball, and men's and women's hockey. So with that being said, we will jump right into the football aspect of things, where we saw some former Huskies become pro dogs in the NFL draft here, starting with Trent McDuffie, drafted 21st overall by the Kansas City Chiefs. Then moving over here to Kyler Gordon, drafted 39th overall by the Chicago Bears. Tight end Cade Otton, former CSS alum. We interviewed him in the ACL interview series here when he was still at UW. Drafted 106th overall by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a Buccaneers staffer had something interesting to say about UW football players, saying that UW kids come out of there well-trained. They're good people. They're our kind of people. The good programs continue to put out good players year after year because there's something else that they do, and they develop the kids there, and they play well. So that was really cool to hear, from someone that's outside of the program, someone that's in an organization like the Buccaneers currently, having those sort of things to say about a Husky and other Husky players as a whole. Continuing here with the team notes and the former Huskies turning into pro dogs, center Luke Wattenberg was drafted 171st overall by the Denver Broncos. That is it for the drafted players. So McDuffie, Gordon, Otten, and Wattenberg all drafted in the standard traditional 7 rounds. And then we get to the undrafted free agents and the minicamp invitees. Going over here, defensive back Brendan Radley-Hiles signed an undrafted free agent deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. Defensive lineman Ryan Bowman has a minicamp invite with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And punter Race Porter will take part in the Seahawks rookie minicamp as a tryout player. So, continued success there for UW in the draft. In the 2018 to 2022 period, UW leads the Pac-12 with the most NFL draft picks in that time period with 23, 5 more than the second overall university, which I believe is USC, with 18. So that was definitely cool to see there, and very cool to see some of these guys. McDuffie and Gordon continue to be more guys in that lineage of DBs who go from Washington to the league, as well as Otten goes to an organization with Tom Brady, so that should mean good success. Wattenberg, a guy that tested really well in his draft profile, joins Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. So overall, really happy really hoping for Race Porter to get, a good spotlight with the Seahawks here. Another guy that we spoke to in the Seattle interview series, and really interested to see how those Huskies do around the NFL. Looking over to continued team news on May 2nd, cornerback / defensive back Jacob Covington entered his name in the transfer portal. So mostly good news in the UW football side of things, with a lot of guys going to the league, but then Covington obviously entering his name in the transfer portal. Tough there.